Imagine being able to predict a total failure in a massive wind turbine weeks before it even happens. Or what about safely testing a brand new heart valve inside a virtual human? This isn't some far-off science fiction, this is the incredible reality of digital twin technology. But in this new technological frontier, a really high-stakes competition is unfolding. So let's dive in and figure out who the key players are and whether this is really a war or maybe something else entirely. So let's just ask it straight up. Who's winning the digital twin wars? We're talking about a high-stakes game where billions of dollars, not to mention industrial dominance, are on the line. You got tech giants and legacy engineering leaders all trying to claim their piece of this revolutionary new territory. But as we're about to see, the battle lines, well, they aren't nearly as clear-cut as you might think. This isn't a simple story of winners and losers. You know what? In just about any conflict, you've basically got two key players: the people who supply the weapons and the people who use those weapons to win the battles. Well, in the world of digital twins, it's pretty much the same thing. On one side, you have the infrastructure builders. Think of them as the arms dealers of this revolution. And on the other side, you've got the application champions. These are the generals leading the charge on the industrial front lines. Let's start with the suppliers, the ones building the arsenal. Okay, these companies are absolutely fundamental. I mean, think of them as the ones providing the steel for the swords and the gunpowder for the cannons. They're not always fighting the final battles themselves, but they are building the foundational stuff: the cloud platforms, the AI brains, and the incredible 3D engines that make everything else possible. Seriously, without them, there's no war to even fight. Just look at this lineup of absolute heavy hitters. In the cloud corner, you've got the Titans. Microsoft's Azure provides what they call the data fabric, which is this powerful web that connects every sensor and system together. Then there's AWS, whose IoT twin maker is all about making this tech accessible to, well, everyone. But what about the brains of the operation? That's where IBM comes in, using its legendary Watson AI inside the Maximo suite to actually predict when an asset might fail. And for the visual fireworks, the pure wow factor, you have two undisputed masters: NVIDIA with its Omniverse, which creates these mind-blowing, photorealistic physics-based simulations, a true industrial metaverse. And then there's Unity, the champion of real-time 3D, making these twins interactive and usable on pretty much any device. Alright, so we've seen the arsenal, now it's time to meet the commanders on the battlefield. These are the generals, the ones taking that raw, powerful technology from the builders and turning it into actual, real-world victories. They're creating these comprehensive solutions that can manage a product's entire life, from the very first spark of an idea to its final day in service. And this really shows the different strategies at play. You've got Siemens, kind of like the grand strategist, who's aiming to create a comprehensive digital twin for every single part of the industrial lifecycle. Then there's Dassault Systèmes, the brilliant tactician, creating what they call virtual twin experiences that are so precise they can simulate an entire airplane or even the human heart. Bentley Systems is the master architect here, building digital twins of our largest infrastructure. We're talking entire cities, railways, and power grids. PTC, with its ThingWorx platform, is the expert in the industrial IoT, basically giving machines a voice on the factory floor. GE Vernova is the veteran of heavy industry, twinning these massive assets like jet engines and power plants. And then you have ANSYS, who's like the physicist of the group, using deep simulation expertise to create twins that can predict material stress and fatigue with just uncanny accuracy. Okay, so we've met the arms dealers and we've met the generals. We've mapped out the whole battlefield. But like I hinted at in the beginning, this is where that whole war metaphor starts to fall apart. The reality of what's happening in this market is actually way more interesting and way more collaborative than a simple war. And here it is. This is the crucial point. It's not about a single victor emerging from the ashes. It's about a collaborative ecosystem. So what does that actually look like in the real world? It's a classic symbiotic relationship, really. Think about it like this. Bentley Systems, one of our generals, might be building this breathtakingly complex digital twin of a new smart city. But where do they host all that massive data and run the crazy complex analytics? Well, they build it on a platform like Microsoft's Azure Cloud. See? Bentley brings the deep infrastructure expertise, and Microsoft provides the scalable, secure foundation. It's a total win-win, where both sides are absolutely essential for pushing the boundaries of what's even possible. And this collaboration is just accelerating us toward a future that is truly mind-bending. I mean, we are right on the cusp of a new era where the digital and physical worlds become almost indistinguishable. These twins are going to become more autonomous, not just predicting problems, but actually solving them. We're going to move beyond modeling single factories to modeling entire global supply chains in real time. Just try to imagine a world where our cities are living, breathing digital organisms, constantly optimizing themselves for a better future. That's the world these companies are building, together. Which leaves us with one final and, I think, crucial question. This powerful, collaborative ecosystem is placing a whole new kind of creative power into our hands. So, with this incredible capability right at our fingertips, what's the one problem you would solve? What's the one thing you would create to make the world a better place?